This video shows how to register to collect and remit the North Carolina Transportation Commerce Tax. To access the electronic Form NC-TCR, navigate to the Transportation Commerce Tax page at ncdor.gov. Select the How to Register section, followed by the Form NC-TCR, Registration Application for Transportation Commerce Tax link. Click NC-TCR Online Form to open the form. All required fields are marked with a red asterisk. Start under the Taxpayer Information section by selecting the Taxpayer Identification type. If the business is a sole proprietorship, select SSN. Otherwise, select FEIN. For purposes of this video, we are using a sole proprietor, so we have selected the SSN radio button. Based on the selection, applicable fields for sole proprietors display in the Taxpayer Information section. Next, enter the Taxpayer Identification Number, or SSN. Then enter the legal name of the individual owner or business entity as appropriate. If the business has a trade name or DBA, enter the name in the trade name field. To complete this section, enter the contact phone number and email address. Under the Address section, enter the address of the business location in North Carolina, not the address of an individual owner or representative. If the mailing address of the business is different than the street address, check the box and enter the mailing address. In our example, we did not check this box because the mailing address is the same as the street address. If the business is not a sole proprietorship, the application will prompt users to enter responsible persons for the business. Since our example is a sole proprietor, this section does not apply or display. Next, enter information about the transportation services provided by the business. First, enter the date the business will start providing services subject to Transportation Commerce Tax. In this example, our service starts July 1st, 2025. Second, enter the type of business. Select either a taxi, transportation network company, or both. In this example, we are a taxi company. Third, you must designate if the business already registered for an NC Sales and Use Tax or Withholding Tax Account ID with the department. In our example, Purple Cab has not registered for another account ID with the department, so No is selected. Fourth, select the amount of tax expected to be remitted each month. This will determine the business's initial filing frequency to remit the return and payment. In our example, our business expects to owe between $100,000 to $20,000 per month. Finally, in this section, the user designates if the business is seasonal. A seasonal business is a business that operates 6 months of the year or less. Now that those sections are complete, the last section of the application before submission is the signature section. The user signs their name as the individual submitting the application, prints their name, and lists their title. The date field automatically populates with the date the user completes the application. Finally, check that all of the information is correct and select Submit to complete the application. Once the application is submitted, an email will be sent to the email address provided to confirm the submission of the application. If the user already has a North Carolina Sales and Use Tax or Withholding Account ID number, the Transportation Commerce Tax Account ID number will be the same. If the user does not have an existing Sales and Use Tax or Withholding Tax account, then a 9-digit account ID number will be assigned, and a notice of registration will be mailed for confirmation.